Hi, I'm Gary Cox with Bluefish Development Group. I'm a senior consultant here, and today I'm going to do a real quick video just about stopping and restarting subsystems in Alfresco using the JMX client. So I'm just going to use JConsole. This kind of came out of an issue we ran into where we had a client that had a sort of stuck open office process that was running but wasn't responding anymore. And rather than bringing down Alfresco and bringing it all back up, it's easier just to log into JConsole, use JMX to stop the subsystem, and then use it to restart it. Open Office is back up, and they're able to get previews again for their Word documents. There's a little background information in Alfresco. Open Office is what is used to do a lot of the conversions, especially from Word, Excel, those type of documents. The preview and share is actually a flash preview, and it's part of a two-step process where the Word doc is converted to PDF and the PDF to a flash. And if OpenOffice stops responding, you may get some previews, but you'll stop seeing them for anything that relies on OpenOffice like Word or Excel or PowerPoint, things like that. And anyway, this is a neat trick. Not only can you stop and start subsystems from JConsole, you can also use it to monitor things, and if you really want, you can use it for configuration changes. It's a real good way to set log settings, for example. If you want to turn something up to debug briefly without having to stop and start Alfresco, you can make those changes in JConsole through JMX. So I'm going to basically just show a quick demonstration. We'll just have a Linux instance of Alfresco running. You'll see a couple of processes, the Alfresco JVM process running and OpenOffice running. We'll stop it from JConsole. We'll see it go away. We'll start it again. We'll come back up, and then we'll be good to go. So that's it here. We're going to go over to my computer and I'll do a demonstration. Okay, now we're over at my desktop where I have a developer instance of Alfresco running. This is my development environment, basically. Sort of a standalone share running Alfresco, and then a little backend MySQL database. This is all local to my machine on Windows. I've connected JMX client JConsole to this environment. You can see it's running and gathering, monitoring information here. What we're really interested in, though, are the mbeans, which are exposed by Alfresco. Alfresco exposes both beans that can be used for monitoring as well as configuration and some control. And the one we're interested in particular today is the JOD converter. And that actually is the connection out to OpenOffice. And we're going to say we're running a system where OpenOffice is still running, the process is running, but for some reason it's not responding anymore. It's just kind of gone off and gone unresponsive. We've had a couple clients where this has been the situation, and they don't want to stop all of Alfresco, they just want to get the subsystem back in good shape. So one way to do that, basically, if I go to the operations on the JOD converter, I do have the ability to fire off a stop method, which will bring down the subsystem, but the rest of Alfresco will still be running. So I'm going to hit stop here. You can see in the log it jumped a little bit, showing that the subsystem had been shut down. And over here, OpenOffice is now gone. It's not running anymore. Now I'm going to bring it back to life by hitting the start method. You can see over here the subsystem has come back up again, and we should see an OpenOffice process running, and there it is. It's come back. So if it wasn't a bad state, we could have brought it down and brought it back up, just controlling the subsystem itself only and not the entire Alfresco instance. Now I'm demonstrating this today on Windows, but this idea works just as well on Linux. You can use PS to see the processes running and find OpenOffice running and get the process ID from there. But the basic concept is the same. You can stop it here and it should bring down the system, bring down the OpenOffice process. And if it doesn't, you can actually use kill on the OpenOffice process if you have to, and then stop and start the subsystem here, and it'll bring it back up. Just real quickly, you can see there's also a lot of other beans that are exposed here, and these are actually documented in the Alfresco documentation. One of the most useful ones, if you want to change log settings, is the log4j section, where you can actually tweak log settings on the fly as needed if you need to bump up logging to take a look at an issue. So this is actually pretty well documented in the documentation. It's definitely worth looking at. It's a great way to monitor and to keep an eye on processes in Alfresco through a remote client. So that's it for today. This is just a quick overview of a way to stop-start subsystems without having to bring down the entire Alfresco system. Thank you for your attention today, and look forward to seeing more videos.